FC26, guys, is 8 days away. Are you ready? I feel like I've had nothing to do for like months, especially during international break, bro, because we could talk football, we could react to stuff. But when international break is going on, we can't really do anything besides make fun of ESPN pundits. That's about it. I just finished my antibiotics a couple days ago. Most of my symptoms are getting better, which is good, guys. I've been really dizzy and nauseous. Like, I've been literally in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean on a 30-foot wave on a boat, seasick from the medicine. It's been brutal. So I just want to say, guys, I appreciate all your patience, man. I'm still really fatigued, and I think a part of that is obviously I had a really bad infection. So I'm going to be kind of still improving from that, even though the antibiotics are done and it's treated. It's just going to take me some time to get really better. It's a serious thing, man. So came out of nowhere. Look, I wish and pray for good health every single day. I'm trying to be a strong kid. It's taken a really long time. I'm trying to get better and better, guys. And I appreciate all you guys that have been kind. I just wanted to say, like, and to start FC26, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do those 8-9 hour streams, guys. I think I'm not going to be up for that. The stream yesterday, I mean, just getting back into the usage of streaming took the life out of me, bro. And it was a 4-hour stream. So I think we'll have 4 to 5 to maybe 6 hour daily streams, guys, just until I'm feeling really better. And I appreciate all you guys' patience. Daily videos, content going everywhere, guys. I just, in terms of the guys that like watching the streams that start like for like 9 hours, I don't think that's going to be happening as much as I want it to be happening. We're going to react today, guys. I pulled up from the universe, Twitter, I pulled up 20 starter teams. Let's see if they're starter teams throughout Twitter, my replies, pretty much everywhere and anywhere. And I wanted to give a quick shout out, guys. The website we had been using, Radar FC. I mean, obviously, guys, we're always like supporting and going with FOotBin, but they don't have all the stuff up yet. So we're kind of using some other websites. Radar FC, like their website went down because they said they had 50 to 60 million people using the website. So it just crashed the website entirely. So this other website, FootMind, has that database. Like if you go on here and you search up any player in the database, they actually have it entirely working and they have all the players. So if you guys want to go on there, that is in the link down below. But really today what we're going to be doing, we're going to react to some starter teams, guys. We're going to look through some people's starter teams. We're going to kind of give some opinions. I think there's going to be a wide variety of people that, you know, we could do some price prediction, stuff like that, talk about some players and teams that make sense. But I think there's going to be some people that are going to have the real starter teams, and then there's going to be people that have these teams. Now, this was a team that, you know, 100% is a team that you could achieve for the first week in league. You know, when you take a look at the team in terms of prices and how expensive players are going to be, the two most expensive players in this team will most likely be Marmoush and Gravenberch, I would assume. The back line is going to be very affordable. I can't see this back line even on the first day or two being more than 10 or 15,000 coins. I mean, Murillo might be your most expensive player there. Maybe he's going to be about 5 to 10K. I don't see him being more than that. Cucurella's not going to be expensive. Reece James. I mean, the problem with this team, too, is that obviously the fullback's pace is very bad. That's going to be important to have. You do have roll plus plus in that position, though, so maybe that's going to be really important for that. Marmoush, I think is going to be very expensive. Huge upgrade. He should be very good in this game. I don't know if Mbuemo is going to be super expensive. He could be because of the United tax, but he does have a 2-star weak foot. Ekatike will probably be expensive, but not the craziest price ever. Still has 78 shooting and is only an 83 rated. In terms of the midfield, I think Gravenberch is going to be a lot. So I think Gravenberch, going off the last couple years of like the price of Tonali and stuff, yes, he's a little slow, but I think Gravenberch will probably be somewhere in that first week of like 50 to 70K. I just think the card looks like a beast, and I think people are going to probably pay up a pretty penny for that card, maybe 30 to 50K. So what price is this team? Well, it depends on how you look at it. Is this a first weekend league team? What is it? I don't think generally, though, the team is going to be that much more than, let's say, 200, 150K. Your most expensive player is going to be Marmoush, Gravenberch. I don't know if Caicedo is going to be that much because he only has 71 pace. He does have 84 defending. Maybe that's a 20, 25,000 coin card. Usually the players that aren't super meta, that are high rated, are cheap. So I don't know if Palmer is going to be super expensive either. He does have a decent card, but he's kind of slow. He has roll plus plus, so maybe that makes him a little more expensive. 85 Palmer last year was like 10K, and the card was really similar. So maybe that's going to be a similar situation. I really don't know, guys. But it's not the craziest starter team that I've ever seen in terms of price. Now, this to me is a little bit more of a better starter team. However, I will add Konate and Rafael Leao should be quite expensive. Rafael Leao last year was not a cheap player to use. He's 5-star, 4-star. He got a really deceiving downgrade because he did get a -2, but the card is still really good. Everyone else in the team outside of probably those two is going to be somewhat affordable. I mean, Kudus and Lookman are probably going to be your next two, and Gravenberch that are really expensive. Gravenberch probably more expensive than Lookman and Kudus. I think Lookman could be about, you know, in that 10 to 25K range. Kudus probably about 10K. He was that price last year. He is an 80 rated. Gravenberch, we just said, is going to be expensive. I think Xavi Simons is all right. I mean, he should have good animations. I don't know, though, because, you know, like how it's going to work with his price and transfer, because obviously he went to Spurs. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out with like how they're going to put the card in and what card's going to be available early on. Barella looks pretty good, but is always a cheaper option. Aina is one of my favorite starter cards, guys. You see that Aina card. If you can get that card in your team, should be a really, really effective card. And then, yeah, Doomfries has great animations. Doomfries should be cheap too. You know, he's not going to get that price tag where if he had 88 pace, I'm sure he would be way more expensive. He's probably not. The only problem is, yeah, what the question mark is going to be. Konate, will people pay 100K for him? 50K? I think at least 50K. That's a crazy upgrade. And Rafael Leao, if Leao is less than like probably 70K, I'll be really surprised. So keep that in mind with that team. We go to the next team. And again, guys, these are randoms. These are not even subscribers. These are just, I pulled these off Twitter today and Reddit. Chevrolet, cheap option. Lacroix, probably going to cost you about 5 to 15K. Murillo, probably same. Kirkez, I expect, because of the transfer, because of Liverpool, and because of how good the card looks, I think he'll be about that 10 to 15K range as well. Klaus should be discard. Felix Nemecha is probably going to be about a couple thousand. Same with Chan. They weren't expensive last year. Chan had a really good card last year, and he wasn't that expensive. I don't think Cunha is going to sell for much either because of the pace. I think Barcola is probably going to cost you about 30 to 50K. And we're talking, this is going to be an approximate price within the first week or so. I think 30 to 50K for that card. 4.4, 90 pace looks good. Ekitike probably about, again, 15, 20, 25, 30K. Adeyemi last year, same situation. Same price tag. I think the card, because of how many positions he can play as well, though, could see a little bit of an increase. And he's super fast. You know, I think Adeyemi could be in that 25 to 50K range. So how much is this team? Probably about 150K at the most, I would say. You know, which, look, guys, in terms of you open your welcome backpacks, you get some coins. What else is there to talk about, right? You do some of the SBCs when you log in. You get some squad butter rewards. I mean, this is a really achievable team on an RTG within the first week. You just got to grind, right? It's not rocket science. All right. This, to me, is a little bit more of a real starter team, all right? A real starter team for me because look at the whole squad. How much really are a lot of these players going to cost? Is Davinson Sanchez going to be an insane amount? Probably not. Maybe 5,000 coins. The rest of the team, a couple thousand here and then. I mean, Thomas Araujo, that's a new card I have not seen, and that's why I'm pulling up starter teams to learn a little bit more about some new starter cards. 82 pace, 79 physical. That's good. Fred is going to be a nice card with a playstyle plus. Rios looks like one of the more premier starter cards. Ors right there. And then you got Sane, 2-star weak foot, not going to be expensive. Yilmaz, a lot of people are talking about this guy because he's got really good pace and really good physical. He's got 290 plus stats as an 80. And honestly, guys, Ozyman, because of the links, right, he's not going to be super expensive. And he's got 84 shooting and 92 pace. So I realistically don't even think this team is more than 35, 40K. 30K. I mean, this is a proper starter team. This is a team that you could really work towards. Overpowered FC26 starter squad. This one I pulled off Twitter. Pavard, who was a good player to start last year. Jockey Plus. Di Lorenzo is a good card. Murillo. Look, maybe Murillo is going to be more expensive than we think. All right, Murillo's in all these teams. But you got to understand, Murillo's in these teams because people think Van der Ven, people think Konate, people think these other cards are going to be really expensive that people will go for before Murillo. So it doesn't mean he's going to be that much more. People, I think, are just putting him in there as a Prem center back because they know there's going to be other options that will be more expensive. Saliba, VVD, right? So keep that in mind. McTominay, again, really nice option. If you saw my tweet, though, I was talking about, bro, he has like 50-something balance and 40 agility. I mean, it's not good. So his price will probably be lower because of that. It is a cool card to get in a starter team, and for that reason, I think he'll be a fun card to use because I don't think he's going to be super expensive. Cunha's got a nice card. Thuram always got Aura. Gakpo, probably not going to be super expensive. Ekitike, 15K. Pulisic wasn't a lot last year, guys, so I don't think he's going to be a crazy amount this year. Maybe he's 10 to 20K. For a starter card, it is a very nice card in terms of what you're going to get for what the card gives you. A 5-star weak foot, 88 pace. I mean, there's a lot to like with that card. I mean, he's got 480 plus base stats and 4-star skills. Can play wide and cam. It's a really nice card. All right. We got Chevrolet. We got Ibanez. Guys, look. I know Teo got the downgrade. Teo's going to be super expensive. All right. I don't care that he's not in the Serie A. He's French. He's Theo Hernandez. It's not like EA changed his body type or his aura overnight. You know, he's still got the same things that made him crazy this year. He's a little slower. His defending is a little worse. But aside of that, don't expect that card to be anywhere less than 30,000 coins. It's Theo Hernandez, right? I have not seen that card, Zabarny. I haven't seen this card. He looks very good. 80 pace, 80 defending. I mean, that is a really good card, right? So this is a great back line for a starter team, considering Theo is going to be expensive. I'd say the back line, probably 50 or 60K. Don't think Ibanez is going to be cheap at all. Probably going to be 10 to 15K. The midfield, not sure what Rabiot keeps doing to deserve these insane cards. I mean, that Rabiot is a joke. He's got FIFA Aura too. Malcolm in the cam position won't be expensive. Zakaria won't be expensive. I love the duo of Zakaria and Rabiot. That's an awesome duo right there. Kolo Muani is going to be at Spurs. Diaby is going to be very expensive. One of the fastest players in the game to start. 95 pace, quick step plus with rapid. I mean, what more do you need? Pretty crazy card. It's a really good starter team. It's probably going to be less than 100K. Really good starter team. Really good starter team. All right. Back to more of a real starter team. Spinazzola, a few thousand coins. Calafiori, not the fastest, but definitely a starter center back duo, those two. Lazari's got some pace. This is like a proper Serie A team. You got Yildiz in there. I mean, guys, realistically, this team is genuinely probably 15K, 20K. I mean, if Spinazzola's a little bit, that's why. This is like a day one team. This is a day one team. You're looking at it. All right. And this is also a day one team. The only issue is that Openda is going to be expensive. Openda was not a cheap card last year. He's going to be a really expensive card again. Locatelli a bit slow, so I'm not sure I like that option. But I do like Bremer, although you're going to have to pay up for Bremer. I remember in the beginning last year, Bremer was one of the best cards in the game. One of the most annoying center backs to play against always was Bremer. I wanted to give context of this tweet because I thought this was really funny. Making SC26 starter teams in preparation for when I pack this. I'm not going to say that out loud. And you know what? Cha Boom Kun is getting some actual hate because if you take a look at the card, I pulled it up. I actually feel like his card is quite good. But I think a lot of people are getting prepared that they're going to get a bad player out of their pre-order pack. And when they want to get R9 and Henry, it's going to end up being probably somebody they don't want. But I think he's overhated. I think his card actually looks all right. I hate to be that guy to tell you that. But we got a little 352 here, a little Serie A special. We got some other leagues in here as well. The midfield is a bit slow. I do like Çalhanoğlu, though. I think Çalhanoğlu is actually going to be a card that's going to be very cheap. And as a cam to start off the game with 87 passing, a 5-star weak foot, and incisive, it actually catches my attention. You could use him. Oh, you can only use him as center mid. So you have to play like a 4-3-3. CDM, though. You know, CDM incisive is still good. Talisca, good animations. Osimhen, really effective card with pace and shooting for the start of the game. Probably going to be one of those cards a lot of people want. Let's keep looking. We got Ibanez, we got Bono, we got Kessie at center back. Wow, that's a new one. Haven't seen that. Samakin at right back. That's a bit slow. This is kind of that Saudi vibe, though. I don't think Conte's going to be super expensive. I think Millie Savage, I talked about this too. In terms of a card that's going to be cheap and really good in the first couple days, Millie Savage is your guy, bro. 5-star weak foot. He's got crazy in-game stats all over the place. Crazy in-game stats. Same with Benzema. So, yeah, this is going to be a cheaper team if Ibanez and Conte are not super expensive. And Diaby, right? Those three alone could be like 75K, and then the team is only like 90K. You know what I mean? So you got to see what those cards are saying for their prices. Cambiaso, Bremer, Kalulu. It's a nice duo. I think Bremer is going to be expensive, but Kalulu won't be. Chevrolet, Gusto. I like it. Got Pogba in there. I love that. Pogba's going to probably be one of the first cards that I evo this year. I think I want to use Pogba in FIFA, man. I just miss using Pogba. So Pogba's going to be probably one of the most popular evos to start off with. I think Dybala's a really nice option as well. Not a card that I feel like ever really in the last couple of years is super expensive anymore, and definitely has, look, 480 plus stats, really good animations, really good attacking AI. Jonathan David at the striker position with a 5-star weak foot is nice. I'm not sure if this guy is expecting to get Morgan out of his pre-order pack, but that's definitely wishful thinking. Dumornay up top with Morgan. Heaps at the cam position with incisive and 87 passing. You know I like that duo. That's nice. The center mids, what are we doing there? That is proper starter squad. Those three. Proper starter squad. The center backs are quite slow as well. I'm not really sure what's going on with the rest of the team, but the front three is crazy. This is another graphic starter team. Balde looks really good. I think he's not going to be cheap, but Balde and Rashford, that's an interesting duo out on the left. You got McTominay and Loftus-Cheek. You got Iñaki Williams, got a lot of pace out wide in the 4-4-2. Thuram and Iyozi up top, I like it. I think both of them look really good. I mean, their cards are quite similar, but I think they do look really good as a duo, though. You got Ter Statu in net. It's been a couple years since I feel like Ter Statu was really good in FC, so we'll see maybe if he's better again this year. Henko definitely has good animations. The card is good. Tomori always going to be a good card for the price. We have a Portugal starter team where, you know, Ronaldo, I think, is going to be really cheap again. Last year, he was like 10 or 11K as well. I think he's not going to be a lot. I don't. They gave him a downgrade. I think him and Messi will continue to be cheap at the start. You know, and I think in previous years, they were a little more expensive because everybody's like, oh, Messi and Ronaldo used to be cheap. How are they so cheap? And they bought them and they were inflated a bit because of that. I think now everyone's like, yeah, they're cheap. You know, they're playing in the Saudi MLS. They're cheap. Antonio Silva, Gonçalo Inacio. Yeah, it's a nice team. It's a bit of an attacking midfield. You know, you only have one defensive player in the midfield that only has 74 defending. But outside of that, my GOAT Jota, man. My GOAT Jota. We got a little English starter team as well. A little hybrid, I guess, between female and male. Anthony Gordon. I think Anthony Gordon is only 3-3. This card could have been crazy with a 5-star weak foot. Instead of Madueke, I want to see Elanga. Does anyone have Elanga? Elanga looks like one of the best starter cards, I swear. You got Emery's favorite goalkeeper, Marco Bizot. St. Juste, which is nice. Wow, this guy definitely not going to have a problem with pace at the center back position. Will you have a problem with defending? That's what you have to figure out. Nuno Tavares, Somerville, Derun, 83 defending. So again, another team with only one CDM, but this one at least has 83 defending. Pedro Neto, Bruma, Rafa. This guy is a pace merchant. This guy loves pace. I mean, does any of his players outside of Derun have less than like 88 pace? No, he just built a fast team with Derun. That's really funny. All right, Lucas Torreira. Wow, he's still in 83. That's crazy. Again, Osterwolde, this card is everywhere. Everybody. Singo, by the way, had a FUT birthday card at some point. It was so good. Singo was so good. That FUT birthday card was sick. I don't love Sane with the 2-star weak foot, guys. I'll be honest. I don't love Sane with the 2-star weak foot at all. Balde, Araujo, Joan Garcia. I love Araujo for starter team. Palacios, I don't know what this guy's cooking right there. What is this guy cooking? What are we cooking with Palacios as center back? Is this an error? Pajor is going to be like Osimhen, right? Really good stats, 3-3. I don't know if she's going to be super expensive, but look at the stats. You get 88 dribbling, you get 88 shooting, 87 passing. Sorry, 87 pace. They are, Pajor and Osimhen are the, like, definition of, like, really high stat, but low passing, high overall rated strikers that are going to be really effective. He's got the Shark. I'm just curious to see Rashford's price at Barcelona. He's only an 85.3. I don't know what his price is going to be. Kobe Mano is going to be really cheap. Izzy will be really cheap. Gavi's going to be really cheap. How much do we think this team is coming in at? I mean, Araujo and Balde are like, what, 30, 40K combined? What's the rest of the team? Maybe like 25K? It's not going to be anywhere more than 75K at any point, that team. This guy said he hopes he can afford this team. Udogi should be 10K. The rest right here shouldn't be more than like 10 combined. So let's say 20. The midfield is going to be like 10K at the most combined. Rashford might be like 10 or 15K. Pedro Neto might be like 5, 10, 15K. Doku might be like 20, 15K. So where does that put us? 45 for the attack, 10 for the midfield, 20 for the back line, 75K at the most, I would say. Hincapi, a very nice center back. Interesting to see like who's gonna be more expensive, Murillo or Hincapi. I don't know. We'll see. It's such a FIFA thing too because Gabriel obviously is better than Hincapi, but Gabriel's got like 65 pace, and even though he's 88 rated, Hincapi's gonna be more expensive. It's just funny how that works. Donnarumma, I think, is going to be expensive. I don't think he's going to be cheap. Hato as a center back. Kirkes, Kudus, Zubamendi, Reindeers. We don't know. We don't know with Reindeers. Is he going to be 30? Is he going to be 70? Is he going to be like Tonali price, where Tonali that one year was like 110? People will always pay up for the Prem center mids that are good. Elanga, I love. One of my favorite starter cards you guys can get is Elanga. 5-star weak foot, super fast, responsive dribbling. Love that card. Love that card. Wissa is interesting, and Buemo 2-star weak foot. I feel like I pulled this team up already. Definitely pulled this team up. Did not pull this team up. Kobo, Upamecano. How much do we think Frimpong's going to be? Kyle Walker, every single year that he was meta, was always like 50 to 80K. So, you know, yes, he has really low physical and low defending. It's not as good as Walker's. So maybe about the same range or a little bit less. Love Adeyemi. You know, this is like crazy because I feel like Gravenberch is going to get the most prem tax ever. But you look at like Felix Nemech's card, it's like so comparable and better in some ways, worse in others, obviously. But that's just, yeah, that Felix card looks awesome. I think Openda is going to be quite expensive. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's cooking. I don't know what kind of bankroll this guy has, but it's not the one that I have for this game. So let's go right to the next team. This is, again, more of a starter team. More of a starter team for sure. I don't know if we've gone through this one. I think we're almost at the end. Yeah, this is the last team we have, guys. But Amora and Ilenga are probably my favorite two starter players. Probably my favorite two. For like really early on, sweat meta team. Galeano with the pace out wide. Joelinton is always good. Nori I like. Yeah, these are some good teams. Good teams, guys. I don't think any of the teams you saw in this video, outside of a few, are going to be that much more than 100K. So maybe it gave you guys some ideas about who you guys are going to go for. There's only a couple players. I want to see if I can find yet. I can't believe I just pulled up that random tab, and that was the player I was looking for. I hadn't seen anybody use Zabarni or Rabiot, and both of them, I guess I was sleeping on Rabiot, man. He looks insane again. Zabarni looks phenomenal as well. So these are some good starter teams to check out. I think Kolo Muani is going to be an interesting one as well. It's going to be a Spurs card. How expensive is he going to be in the Prem starter teams as well? Is Ekatike going to be more than him, or is Kolo Muani going to be more? We will see in a week.